All right, here's how you multiply and divide decimals by powers of 10. So when you divide or multiply by 10, you're moving up or down a place value spot. Because every place value spot is 10 times bigger or 10 times smaller, depending on which direction you're looking, than the one next to it. So when you multiply by 10, you're going up a place value spot. So 5 tenths times 10, the 5 is going to move from the tenths place to the ones place and become 5 ones. And you can do this by moving the decimal one place to the right. The decimal went from here to here. We don't really need that decimal, but we could put it there. And it is now 10 times bigger. So you move the decimal one spot to the right because there's 1 0. So here in this problem, we're going to move all the place values up one spot by moving the decimal one spot to the right. So now this is 81 and 8 tenths. This is 10 times bigger than that. When we're dividing, you go the opposite direction. It's going to become 10 times smaller. So you move the decimal to the left. So 5 tenths is going to go down a place value slot to the hundredths place. So it is going to become 5 hundredths. That's 10 times smaller than 5 tenths. Move the place value, move the decimal one spot to the left to make it smaller when you're dividing, and to the right to make it bigger when you're multiplying. Let's try this again on these problems. So we're multiplying, so it's going to become bigger. There's 1 0 in 10, so we're going to move the decimal one spot to the right because that would make it bigger. If I moved it to the left, that would make it smaller. So we're going to move it to the right. So it's going to become 51 and 4 tenths. If we were to divide, we would move it to the left and it would get smaller. Now, what about multiplying by 100? It works almost the same way, except that there are 2 zeros. So you'll move the decimal 2 spots. We're going to move to the right because we're multiplying. It's going to get bigger. Move it 2 spots. Oh, but there isn't a spot. Just move it and put a 0 there. So this is going to become 2,380. So you move the decimal however many zeros there are. If it's 10, 1 0. If it's 100, 2 zeros. 1,000, 3 zeros. So you move to the right when you multiply. That'll make the numbers get bigger. Move the decimal to the right. Move the decimal to the left. When you divide, that'll make the numbers get smaller. All right, that was the quick review.